Benjamin Netanyahu's decision to fight New York's brand new mayor, Zohran Mamdani, has turned out to be one of his worst calculations ever in America. The tide he never expected to turn has finally overturned his ambitions, and now he is in panic, scrambling to find his balance and control. Mamdani just delivered his first and perhaps most strategic blow yet to Israeli security firms, masquerading as technology companies whose actual job is to infiltrate government systems and control narratives under the guise of innovation. These companies have long operated in silence, allegedly working for foreign intelligence and the Israeli Defense Forces to ensure monopoly and manipulation over critical data sectors, effectively making technology unaffordable for ordinary New Yorkers and profitable only for a few Zionist-connected elites. Now, more than 400 Israeli-founded startups, including about 65 unicorns, face intense scrutiny and legislative restrictions as Mamdani's administration moves to probe their operations and confirm whether or not they work for a foreign government. Also under fire are nearly 80 cybersecurity companies, 50 financial tech firms, and dozens of real estate and digital health ventures, a sweeping reform that perfectly aligns with Mamdani's campaign promise to investigate all firms rooted in foreign nations with track records of surveillance breaches and data exploitation. The mayor is also reassessing the controversial partnership between Cornell University and Israel's Technion Institute of Technology, a project he previously criticized for funneling influence through the Roosevelt Island campus, accusing it of being a Trojan horse for Israeli expansionist interests in America. For the past 2 years, Israeli tech entrepreneurs have increasingly chosen New York as their expansion hub in the United States, citing reliable Tel Aviv-New York flights and global access even amid regional conflicts. But analysts and security experts have long warned that this concentration of Israeli tech firms is not a coincidence, but part of a deeper intelligence strategy to turn the city into an operational base for espionage, a shadow network positioned dangerously close to the United Nations headquarters, the Wall Street financial grid, and the corridors of American power. These analysts argue that by embedding themselves in New York's tech ecosystem, the occupation state ensures surveillance reach over communications, financial data, and political networks, a move that many now see as an attempt to control the flow of information in the United States. Mamdani appears to share this concern and has vowed to crush any company that makes life difficult for ordinary New Yorkers under the guise of innovation. He has now delivered on that vow, and panic is spreading across these so-called tech firms as his government begins auditing their ties to the IDF and the occupation government. But before I show you the full details of that, understand that videos like this are always suppressed on the algorithm. The only way to get this information across is if you like and share this widely. It helps honest journalism reach more people. Subscribe if you haven't already. You see, Mamdani wasn't mincing words when he said he would clip the wings of those who seek to control New York through blackmail, money, and lies.
Are we ready to end New York State's subsidy of settler crimes? Yes! Are we ready to say not on our dime? Yes! When I grew up in this city, I grew up hearing a term of progressive except Palestine. I grew up hearing that it was normal to hold an inconsistency only when it applied to Palestinians. I saw the politicians that I admired speak of universal rights and then draw the line right when it came to Palestinians. And I was told that that is simply how it is, it's how it has been, and it's how it will be. And when I decided to run for office, I was told to keep my thoughts on Palestine to myself if I wanted to win. I want to make it clear. I spoke every day to my constituents about the need for us to stand up in a consistent manner for justice for every single person, whether they're in Astoria or in Palestine.
I want to get to that, absolutely. But do you believe that Hamas should lay down their weapons and leave the leadership in Gaza?
I believe that any future here in New York City is one that we have to make sure that's affordable for all. And as it pertains to Israel and Palestine, that we have to ensure that there is peace. And that is the future that we have to fight for.
But you won't say that Hamas should lay down their arms and give up leadership in Gaza.
I don't really have opinions about the future of Hamas and Israel beyond the question of justice and safety and the fact that anything has to abide by international law. And that applies to Hamas, that applies to the Israeli military, applies to anyone you could ask me about.
Okay. One last thought on that. You have said that you would arrest Netanyahu if he came to the United States. You've been very outspoken.
I met the mayor-elect in late August, after the primaries.
Listen to Netanyahu's loyal propagandists do what they do best, twisting facts and crying foul over Mamdani's victory. They know the game is up and they know that their control over the city is slipping away faster than they imagined. Take a listen.
Several prominent and liberal New York City rabbis spent an hour with him. We entered with open hearts and open minds. Most of us had never met the candidate, and we were interested in taking the measure of the man. As the meeting unfolded, our mood steadily darkened and our fears increased. Zohran Mamdani is an ideologically committed, dogmatic opponent of the Zionist idea. He is not simply a critic of Israel. Policy differences are central to democratic discourse and entirely legitimate. But Mayor-elect Mamdani does not believe in coexistence. He does not believe in two states for two peoples. His opposition to Israel is existential. He believes that Israel has no right to exist at all as a Jewish state in any territory.
Now, what can this rabbi possibly say about what Netanyahu himself has already admitted to? Israel has mastered the art of technological manipulation, communication, infiltration, and surveillance. They did it in Lebanon, they did it in Palestine, and now they are exporting that same shadow war into the heart of the United States. Listen carefully to what the internationally wanted war criminal himself said.
Like intelligence, we share both with the United States. A good chunk of your intel and our weapon systems we share with the United States. We're tremendously appreciative of the bipartisan support in military matters to Israel in previous years and today as well. But do you have cell phones? You have cell phones here? No. You're holding a piece of Israel right there. You know that? I mean, a lot of the cell phones, the medicines, the food, you eat cherry tomatoes. You know where that was made? I don't like cherry tomatoes, but it's an Israel. What can I do? It's an Israeli product, as are so many other things. And I think this serves for the betterment of all mankind and womankind. I think that is Israel's unknown contribution. But we can make things, we can produce things. We cherish the fact that we have the constancy of American support despite the attempts to erode it. And we'll continue to work.
Before you listen to Mamdani, take a moment to hear what a former Mossad chief revealed recently about Israel's tech intelligence fusion.
Surprises?
Yeah.
You mean intelligence surprises?
Pages, walkie-talkies. You know how many treated equipment do we have in these countries? You don't. I do.
You mean you mean booby-trapped equipment?
Not only booby-trapped.
And spying?
Manipulated equipment. All right?
In which countries are you talking about?
All the countries that you can imagine.
And not Gaza?
Not Gaza.
Nothing in Gaza at all.
Did you see that? If we had it, I mean, we knew something about them coming. Something, right?
So, of course, Mamdani has every reason to be cautious of Israeli-linked technology companies and secret IDF front offices pretending to be public institutions. From the videos I have reviewed of his pre-election statements, it's clear he is not what they want us to believe, not a Jew hater, not an extremist, not an Islamist zealot, but a rational man who simply wants justice, accountability, and fairness for all New Yorkers.
For so many people, Israel is not a place. It is not a country, it's an idea. And you see that in so many politicians' answers to the questions around Israel, is their answers were written 20, 30 years ago. They speak to a reality that does not exist.
Right.
They pledge fealty to the idea of a two-state solution, irrespective of the fact that a second state for Palestinians is physically impossible because it's not even a contiguous piece of land in this moment between where Palestinians live. So that all tells us that there is this disconnect. And what these resolutions, thankfully, they are, as you said, not binding. But they also, to me, speak of a fear amongst political class across this country of a discourse that is rising that seeks to question this convention.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for staying till this point. Your support for honest journalism keeps this message alive. Kindly subscribe, like, and share so that truth can break through the censorship walls of YouTube. And until I see you in the next one, God bless you.